Shalom, sisters. Welcome to Milk and Honey. We are eating biblically clean, minimizing ultra-processed foods, and healing from worldly patterns of eating. Today, I am making sandwich loaves. This recipe is linked in the description below. As I bake, I want to chat a bit about my journey, why I began milling my own flour, and why I believe the Father is calling me to start this channel. Thank you for tuning in. Please like and subscribe if any of this resonates with you. Let's begin. My history of food and eating has been a story marked with shame and disorder, all of which has led to obesity, sin patterns, and a general confusion about how I'm supposed to take care of this body God has given me. I went on my first diet in the 5th grade, 2 meals a day consisting of chicken, broccoli, and rice, and then another diet in 7th and 10th, and several in college and early adulthood. All the while, my binge eating habits grew larger and more disastrous. Now, at 30 years old, I'm severely obese, and it has only been since I've allowed my faith in Yahweh to collide with my food habits that I've begun to experience shalom in this area. While there's a lot I could talk about, today's story begins in June of this year, during the Feast of Shavuot, or better known as Pentecost. During the feast, my community and I gathered for worship and fellowship. We contemplated the world and the times, ate and prayed together, and our hearts were encouraged. The night I returned home, I laid awake in bed reliving the weekend and received what I believe to be a word from Abba: separate from the system. Now, I've been doing a lot of separating, as it's been about a year since I separated from traditional Christianity to pursue a more biblical approach to my faith in Jesus. But I knew that this word had more to do with the way I lived and the systems I depend on for my provision. Less than a week later, I was listening to a video on YouTube and things began to click. It was a podcast interview with a woman named Sue Becker. Sue's story is that years ago she began milling grains and feeding her family fresh flour baked goods. Their health and well-being improved dramatically. She spoke on the history of white flour, how they began sifting the germ in the bran to increase the shelf life and in turn increase profit. This sifting removed the fiber and the nutrients, and it made people extremely ill. But instead of putting the natural nutrients back in, they began to add synthetic nutrients to the flour. And what we have today on our shelves is an ultra-processed product far removed from the God-made, nutrient-dense grain. I knew immediately that this was one of the ways I could separate from the system. I purchased the best mill I could afford and placed my first grain order with Azure Standard. About a month later, I watched a second video that prompted another big change for me. In this video, Alexandra Abia shares the science she learned about ultra-processed foods and their link to obesity, and how she used that information to lose over 100 pounds. Ultra-processed foods mess with our hormones and with our gut-brain communication, leading to inevitable overeating. As an American, my diet has always included ultra-processed foods. I believed that weight loss was all about calories in, calories out, but until now, I had no way to explain the ravenous hunger and uncontrollable cravings, even on the days when I believed I ate enough. Now, how does all of this connect to my faith and the word I received from the Father? I think John 10:10 says it nicely. The thief comes only to steal, slaughter, and destroy. I have come that they might have life and have it abundantly. The Father has been leading me to the realization that there are two kingdoms, or two systems at play. One of sin and death led by the adversary, and Yeshua's kingdom of life and peace. The kingdom of the world is what we are most familiar with. It's all around, and we can do very little before we run into that system and its values. Our food climate is an example. It is not designed with biblical values in mind. Those selling us food, or food-like products, put ease and profit above our health. What's the easiest way to make the most money? And we, because it's what we've known, depend on that system. We go to the grocery store, buy what is offered, cook and eat it, because it's all we know. In my first 2 videos on this channel, I zoned in hard on the weight loss aspect of my journey. And yes, I do want to lose weight, but it's so much more than that. It's about choosing life in a kingdom designed by death. It's about choosing light instead of continuing on in darkness. And it's about my Heavenly Father, His Son Yeshua, and walking on His narrow path. A word from my Father and 2 divinely timed YouTube videos have led to major mindset shifts for me. And that is my hope for you too. That's why I'm here, to document my journey and speak truth in a world of deception. I hope this video was a blessing and an encouragement to you. If any of this resonated with you, please leave a comment. I'd love to continue the conversation. Shalom, shalom. I will see you next time.